many of you out there have struggled with getting across the line at the top, or any change in your backswing for that matter? It can be so frustrating having your instructor just tell you, well, just swing shorter, or put the club here, or just do this. If it was that easy, we'd all be on the tour. It's not, and the reason is because most people don't understand the learning system that you must go through. Everybody's brain learns new movement patterns exactly the same way. And so I'm going to show you a sequence of videos with this student that shows you in one lesson how he gone from this position where he's way across the line in a horrible position at the top of his backswing, going to get stuck coming down, all kinds of big problems, into a nearly ideal position at the top of his swing that you can learn through the exact same set of drills that I had him work through on the website. It's a video called 5 Minutes to the Perfect Backswing. And you're going to see that in action right here. So one of the first things that we do is we use a mirror a lot for feedback. You have mirrors in your home, so this makes it so that you can do this anywhere. You don't have to be at the golf course. In fact, it's actually easier to do a lot of these changes away from the golf course because you avoid a lot of distractions. So we're going to isolate things. You'll actually see I've even got the club flipped upside down because I don't want the extra weight of the head to distract him from the movements that the body's trying to make. So he's going through a specific set of drills here called REF, or rotation, elevation, flexion, that is used to teach somebody to get into the right positions at the top of the backswing. So you'll notice here that as he goes back to the top, and I've already walked him through the drills, again, it's the same stuff you'll learn on the videos, but I did this in person with him. And so as he goes back to the top, he's already learned how to put himself in the right position in just a few minutes, just using that REF sequence. And now he's in a radically different position from this guy here. So in just a few minutes, he's gotten into a nearly ideal tour caliber position as far as his arms and upper body and club are concerned. So he's going to keep working on this for a few minutes, and he's also going to hold these positions for a set period of time each set of drills. And that's a really, really important part of the learning process that we'll get into more in the videos once you become a member. So he's also going to go back and look down the line. So we use face on and down the line feedback, and here's a really good, valuable piece that you're going to see here. Without looking in the mirror, after he's already done a certain set of reps, certain number of repetitions of the same movement, I have him do that same movement without looking in the mirror. And then once he's gotten to the position where he thinks he's supposed to be, he's then allowed to look back in the mirror and check and see whether or not it was correct. And you'll see him just making a little subtle correction here to get the right elbow a little bit more in front of the body. And so now he's learning how to provide himself feedback without having to have an instructor sitting there, which is the whole point of the video learning system. It's all built so that you can do this completely on your own in the comfort of your own home, just using nothing more than a mirror or a video camera and a certain set of feedback devices that we give you to work on in the videos. So once he's got this position correct, we're going to start adding a little more challenge to it. We call this stacking. So now he can move there slowly. Now he's going to learn to do it a little bit faster, but we're still going to isolate certain pieces of the movement. So for instance here, you'll notice his left hand is not on the club, and there's no golf ball in the way. We don't need to deal with that distraction yet. The nervous system would be overwhelmed, and he wouldn't be able to focus on engaging the right muscles and making the correct movements with all those extra distractions. So I'm isolating just the right arm here. Again, we have a video called Right Arm Backswing Drill, so it's pretty self-explanatory. What we're trying to do is teach certain parts of the golf swing an isolated movement so that we don't have all of these other complicated moving parts. You have to break it into chunks. That's exactly what we're doing here. So he's learning how to get into that perfect position at the top with his right arm only. And again, he's nowhere near being across the line here. Here he's in a great, perfect position. Here he's in trouble. So again, very simple movements. And now we're going to stack one more piece on it. So now we're going to put the left hand back on the club, but I'm going to make one little change at the top that is going to help him learn how to move correctly, is that we take the left hand off, and we've also added the distraction of a ball here, and he's actually allowed to come down with his right arm. We were working on a couple different things here, not just the backswing stuff. We were focusing on that, but we were focusing also on doing a little bit of downswing stuff, training that right arm to move correctly throughout the entire golf swing, not just the backswing. So we're sequencing some other drills in here. And then lastly, once he's gone through this set of drills, we've made a massive change in his backswing. So he went from way across the line to that's now the top of his backswing. Not perfect yet. He's made dramatic progress when you compare that to this. club's 3 feet different. And it's all done on his own, full speed swing. This is a high speed, this is 120 frames per second. But he's learned to do it on his own and make these massive changes just by following the RST learning system. So when you're ready to make these types of changes, you have to understand that you have to work within the confines of how the human brain learns new movement patterns, and that's what the RST learning system is completely built around.